What we understand of the situation in New South Wales now, 70 areas have now been declared natural disaster areas. As Steph Cook pointed out, there are now 63 days of successive flooding events. At the moment, Forbes and Cowra are in the sights of authorities. They're concerned about rising water there, but then it's not over. It moves downstream to places like Cowra in the Central West, and that's where we find our reporter Joel Philp there right now. Joel, the situation has worsened even overnight.
Right, Laura, look, you might be able to see behind me some SES personnel are planning to head into a boat soon to be able to try and cross this road area here, the river, because it's the only way you can get through the town of Cowra. The town has been effectively cut in half by these floodwaters, and I want to talk to you about the impact that they had overnight. You can actually, if we head this way, see the mud and grit that's been pushed up against that fence there, pushing it over. So at midnight last night, this river peaked 1 metre higher than it did in early November, and since then the water has been gurgling back through the drain pipes here. You can hear it slowly heading back out into the river, but locals tell me that the impact has been far worse this time around and that dozens of properties have been impacted. In Forbes, further northwest, we've seen evacuation orders issued with people being told that if they don't leave, they may become isolated. Beyond that, in Cowra, we've had over 150 people need to be rescued, including by boat or helicopter, and over 100 of them from the roofs of their property. So there's certainly some difficult stages going on further north of here as we speak. In Forbes, the flood level is expected to peak this afternoon at that 1952 level, which is the same level that we saw here, the floods in 1952, making it that 70-year mark that we're seeing here at the moment, being the biggest flood in 70 years for this area. Let's take a listen to some of the support that's being offered by the ADF that the Emergency Services Minister, Steph Cook, has spoken about.
Our emergency services personnel are tired, there's no question of that, and that's why we continue to reach out to the ADF for their support, and I can confirm that we've got 100 ADF coming in on the ground into the Central West today, and they will be just a fantastic backup to our SES and our other emergency services volunteers.
This is all happening to an area that got hit just 2 weeks ago, but this time the flows coming out of the Wyangala Dam are much more substantial. The 250 gigalitres a day released yesterday at the peak is more than double the amount that we saw in early November, and of course there have been record rainfalls being cast across many towns in the area through November. Laura?